Hi everyone, today I would like to present our paper, QUEACO, Borrowing Treasures from Weekly Label Behavioral Data for Query Attribute Value Extraction. I'm Danqing Zhang from Amazon Search Query Understanding Team. Because query attribute value extraction is critical to many e-commerce applications, and we don't have an ideal solution yet, then let's look at what is the ideal query attribute value extraction pipeline. For example, as shown here, when a user enters a query, Michael Todd for women's, we firstly use a NER model to identify the entity type brand for MK, product type for Todd, and audience for women's. These extracted named entities are in the informal surface form of attribute values. However, such an informal surface is not in accordance with the products indexed with canonical form attribute values in the formal written style. For example, MK is an abbreviation of the brand Michael Kors, Todd is a hypernym of the product type handbag, and women's contains a spelling error. The misalignment poses tremendous challenges for the product search engine to retrieve relevant product items that users really prefer. Therefore, the A1N module is equally important to transform the surface form for each attribute value into the canonical form. For example, MK to Michael Kors, Todd to handbag, and women's to women. To bridge this gap between the ideal query attribute value extraction pipeline and current research status, this paper proposed a unified query attribute value extraction system that involves both the query NER and query A1N phases. The figure shows an overview of the proposed system QUEACO. At a high level, QUEACO leverages weekly label behavioral data for both the query NER and A1N phases. For query NER, we have the strongly labeled data and the large-scale weak label data for model training. Specifically, the QUEACO NER has two stages, the weak supervision pre-training stage and the fine-tuning stage. For QUEACO A1N, we extract the surface form attribute values based on the NER predictions and leverage the weak label query to attribute behavioral data to transform them into the canonical forms.